Hello Aries, Aries Rising, and Aries Moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting March 20th, 2017. And just a heads up for you guys, later on this week I am going to be putting out a special video, so stay tuned. I'm going to be talking all about why I keep telling people, why any astrologer keeps saying, who's worth their salt anyway, says to look at your rising sign. Okay, and why people do that. You know, kind of explaining a little bit. I can't promise it won't get too technical, because, you know, sometimes things are just technical. Sorry, not sorry. But that will help, I think, in a lot of ways for folks to kind of see where, you know, and I'll teach you how to find it, all of that good stuff. So stay tuned for that. And of course, if you'd ever like to get a session with me, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com. So what is going on with your astrology this week? Well, this week, luckily, we have a very easy breezy week, especially Monday through Thursday. We've got the sun moving into your 12th house, your area of privacy, secrets, your hidden zone, and your past. And the sun is all about bringing that out. You know, kind of sharing more of what you keep behind closed doors. You know, whether it's things that you didn't think people in your friendship group, or your family group, or your spiritual group, or your lover would not appreciate, but they actually will. We're talking about getting closer to people a lot over the next month. You know, because we're kind of, you know, we're dropping guards. Everyone's dropping their guard. Everyone's dropping their defense mechanisms and, you know, the contrivances that they do to make themselves feel and look good. And we're actually just being people. And not a whole lot of big astrological energy is going on this week until we get up to Thursday, Friday. And then it all kind of gets started. We've got Mercury in this area, in this 12th house, making an opposition to Jupiter, currently retrograde, in your 6th house of work and reputation. And whenever Mercury opposes Jupiter, you know, sometimes we have to see where something is biting off more than it could chew, where something is a bit impractical, but not impossible. And like I said, impractical, not impossible. Get used to cognitive dissonance, that's just the way the world works. And when we look at this kind of angle, this might have to do with how do we finagle, you know, an opportunity to, say, change our work schedule to something that gives us more time to ourselves. You may be looking for an opportunity to do that, but it's going to take a while. We may have to settle for something where this new schedule doesn't begin for a month or two. On the other hand, this could be a purely social angle. We're talking about changing your reputation, changing how people look at you. You may have been wanting to change how people look at you constantly. You may be trying to find ways to, you know, come out with information that people will look at you differently with because you think it'll give them a more accurate, you know, perception of you. And sometimes people don't want an accurate perception of you. They want to see the you that they want you to be. But this week we may find a way to reconcile, again, that dissonance. Also this weekend, we've got the Sun and Venus retrograde conjunct in this area. So again, we are going full on up against somebody else's, let's just say, more needy insecurities. And when I say needy insecurities, I'm not talking about love, I'm not talking about abandonment issues and things like that. When we got Venus retrograde, it's literally calling out people, like the stuff that they make up, and the stuff that, the hoops that they literally jump through and want everyone to, not literally jump through, but the hoops that they jump through, metaphorically, and the hoops they want other people to jump through, literally lying for them. And you're going to have to confront that with somebody. And this may be somebody that you feel like you've indulged enough. You felt like, look, I've been lying on your behalf, I've been pretending you've been doing a better job than you are, I've been pretending that this, and this. That is okay to do. That is okay to do because it looks like it's been draining. It looks like it's been very draining. And interestingly enough, this person may find it very refreshing to have somebody call them out. Because, you know, now that they're not living a lie, well, now they're ready to start, you know, prospering in their truth. And that's exactly what they should have. So what's going on with your cards this week? Well, for your spiritual advice, we do have the card of the Wild Hunt. Okay, and the Wild Hunt always talks about things picking up much, much faster, things starting to snowball, and kind of giving you encouragement and a warning. Okay, because when we talk about snowball effects, that means that something is going to be going a lot faster. Alright, you may think that you're going to do something delicately, you're going to take something slow, and then it just takes off as fast as it possibly can. Anything good, and for that matter, anything that could be considered bad, will be snowballing a lot this week. So you want to make sure that you use a gentle touch. Look at the eyelash. And you also want to make sure that you not only use a gentle touch, but you don't initiate anything you don't want to take off right away. Okay, this is not a time to be doing something casual or in passing, or we'll get to it later, because snowballs don't get to anything later. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we've got the Tower card, reversed. Now this card's kind of neat because, well, neat in a morbid kind of way, because with the Tower card reversed, we see a cataclysmic alteration, ending, or change going on, yes, but it's not happening to you directly. You know, when we see this, it's sort of like you're the witness to this, you're the bystander to this, you are seeing this happen on the job. Now, this could be a situation where you find out that somebody quits, or somebody gets fired, and that might be why we have all these alteration opportunities to your schedule coming up. You know, we could be finding out that maybe there's some big departmental shift, or some big restructuring going on at the corporation that you are applying to, or the company that you're applying to, giving you more negotiating power, and possibly giving you more options or more jobs you could apply for than the one you initially did. Either way, I do see this working out to your benefit. We still have Mars in your sign for the duration of the month, which means competitive advantages will always be yours. So be sure to take advantage of them. For your communications with air, we do have the Knight of Swords upright. Somebody's going to be rushing to your side this week. Somebody's going to be providing you with some kind of assistance, some kind of answer, or perhaps even acting as a surrogate on your behalf. Whenever we see the Knight of Swords, we see somebody who's willing to kind of jump into the fray with you. They're not going to let you go into something on your own. This could be a friend, this could be somebody who you either entrust with an important task, something that you can't do on your own, you need that extra help, or somebody who simply volunteers to do it because they see you kind of waiting, they see you kind of having some trouble there, they see you kind of, oh, it doesn't look like you can hold on to that very well, let me help you out. Now, the Knight of Swords upright does say this person does come in kind of quickly, and again, they may come in a bit unannounced and maybe uninvited. You know, you may feel like, oh, this is none of your business, or I wasn't ready for everyone to have this information, but they are there with the purest of intent, and you may want to at least enlist their help anyway. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Three of Swords reversed. Taurus, this week it's going to be so tempting to cover everything up with a coat of whitewash and try to just ignore the bigger issues, or because sometimes we'll do anything to make it look like it keeps the peace, alright? And I think I had to explain this last week because I got this card before. If you're not in North America, a coat of whitewash, that's just basically an expression, like instead of cleaning this up, instead of fixing this, we're just going to put a patch over it. We're going to paint over it. We're going to try and sweep it under the rug. And that can happen with the Three of Swords reversed. There's something that you are trying to sweep under the rug, maybe not even for yourself. Maybe you're doing it to indulge another person. Okay, well, we see that Sun conjunct Venus retrograde. There is something you are choosing to ignore that you should not be ignoring. There's something that you're giving a pass, and whether it's something that you're doing, and you're making a mistake of asking everyone else to do it, or you are doing it on somebody else's behalf, your challenge is to not be afraid of conflict. Don't be indirect. Don't beat around the bush. Don't do the sneaky thing. Call things out up front and be prepared to have those discussions, because that's the only way we're going to sort things out. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we've got the Eight of Swords upright. Now, this card doesn't necessarily mean that love is like all gloom and doom this week, but what is happening with this Eight of Swords is that some kind of habit or long-standing pattern, complex, or issue with our partner or with a crush, possibly even just like something we notice already in somebody we just meet, is going to be too obvious to ignore. And this whole reading is about, like, don't ignore things for people. Don't give people a reason not to take responsibility. And don't not take responsibility for being a caring friend or a caring partner and just watching somebody suffer in their own nightmare because they don't want to do anything about it. Because the Eight of Swords is talking about this person's complex or this person's issue is going to start causing problems if we don't call it out. And it may be something old. It may be old issues. This person, it might not even be like a terrible, scandalous thing. It could actually be maybe this person's not addressing grief very well. They're not getting over something from their past very well. They're not dealing with their pain very well, and it's coming out in other ways. And that is something we do need to address. What are they ignoring? What are we ignoring? And why is that the theme of this reading? Well, don't forget to check your rising sign out, but also at the same time, just keep in mind that sometimes it's just not worth it to let something go like that, or let something keep on like that. do what's best for you and do what's best for your partner in the long term. So I hope you found this helpful, Taurus. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you'd like to get a session, you can always follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com.